So it's Wednesday again today, and in today's segment is Ask Garret Anything. So for those who are new to my channel, the Blissful Light, so make sure that you can actually review some of my past videos, and you could also find out that I'm actually covering a lot of people's questions. Those who actually contacted me about any of my platforms on social media, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, or you could even send me questions through the email that I've actually listed below. Okay, so I actually can answer any questions basically pertaining to life, spirituality, law of attraction, or even feng shui. Okay, anything. So even if you're asking for coaching advice, it's also possible. Okay, so as long as I pick the questions, and sometimes I get flooded with a lot more questions, and certain times I feel that question is supposed to be heard by a lot more people out there, then that's where I'll pick them up and answer them. Okay, so I'm not being very selective. Okay, yeah. So in today's question, is from Patricia. So she's contacted me via Instagram, and this interesting young lady from Romania, she initially connected with me via the Creator Circle app 3 months back. So she's an interesting lady, and she initially contacted me, and I find it interesting because I never posted much on that platform, and she just connected with me and said that, oh, the universe has your sign. My spirit guides are trying to tell you that you should step out of your comfort zone a lot more. So I was like, I know what you're trying to do because I can sense whatever you're trying to tell me, you see, because I can sense your energies, and I could sense your spirit guides trying to connect with me because I know that I'm working on my comfort zone, and at that point when she's connected with me, that's where I actually started out I was actually working on my own YouTube channel, you see, so I was stepping out of my comfort zone, putting myself out there because I know that I should spread more of my message of love, peace, and positivity out there, you see. So at that point she was connecting with me, so I can say I already sense what she's trying to tell me, you see. Why am I saying that? Because I'm an empath, and being an empath, we are very prone to energies. That leads me to her question, okay? So her questions goes like this: Garret, what does it mean if I feel sorry for a stranger or a picture that I see of that person and it makes me feel like crying? Okay, so let me repeat the question again. What does it mean if I feel sorry for that stranger or when I look at the picture of that person, it makes me feel like crying? Okay, so what does it mean? It means that you're an empath. Congratulations! Okay, Patricia. So now that you know that you're an empath just like me, you've got a further understanding about yourself. So we know that being a human being, we are here on the physical plane so that we understand yourself more and take yourself up to a new level. Okay, so that you transcend. So ascension towards a new heights. Okay, basically you need to first play the human game, right? So get a self understanding of what an empath truly means. Okay, so being empath, right? Most people would think that being empath is just, oh, I'm just very sensitive, very emotional. No, that's not an empath. Okay, what does it mean to be an empath? Empath means that you're more subtle, you're more prone to subtle energies, and you're more prone to feeling energies of people around you, people, spaces, and energies all around you. Okay, so certain people might think that empaths are just weird bunch of emotional people that they will become very easily angered or easily stressed up, or they're easily emotional. Actually no. Empaths are actually people who can pick up energies from the different people. So whenever you're talking to an empath, right, suddenly the empath becomes very emotional. It's not about that person, it's about you. So you should know that if you're talking to an empath, suddenly that person was bubbly and she became very emotional, is because of you, because she's picking up your energies. See? So that's what I'm trying to say. Being empathic, right, is not about you. It's about picking up energies from other people and all the energies within the norms of that person. Okay, so another problem that empaths would actually face is that whenever you pick up energies from spaces, people, or the environment, or even in emotions, okay? So you pick up all these vital problems, I would say problems, okay? Whenever you pick up all this, what is your key thoughts is that makes it very important to this question. Do you feel that you need to react to it, or do you feel like it is supposed to let it take control of you? That's one thing, okay? If you're letting it take control of you, what can you do? Do you take being an empath as a gift, or do you take being an empath as a curse? So that was something that was bothering me throughout my early 20s up till early 30s. So even until I was spiritually awakened, then that was a question that helped me, that was leading up to my spiritual awakening, you see. So I was actually trying to ask myself a lot back then was, why is the universe making me have this gift? Why am I so sensitive to other people's energy? And why am I also sensitive to spaces and environments around? So I can actually go into a space, go into a room, especially that's deemed by people to be haunted, okay? There's energies within the space basically, so we know that there's spirits or there's certain energy fields within that space that makes people feel uncomfortable, okay? So at that time I was trying to understand, why am I feeling all these energies? What's the purpose of this gift, okay, or this curse, so to speak, okay? How you deem it is very important, because if you were to view it as a curse, then you will not embrace this whole gift, I would say, this whole ability that you could use it for the greater good of mankind, you see. Because if you're able to embrace this gift and you're able to make use of these powers to help people, there's so much more you can do about it. When you go to a space, you know that, oh, this is something that's not right. So there's an energy that's trapped within that space. Are you more than capable to free that energy? Are you more than capable to advise your friends or your loved ones or whoever that's within that space, tell them to, oh, look, I think this space is not right. We should leave, or tell that person to leave, or do healing to that spirit or that energy that's being trapped in that space. So that's very, very vital. How you deem it is very vital to being an empath's life. You need to know how to embrace your gifts and need to understand yourself a lot more, because being an empath, right, it takes you probably up 20 years or 30 years to even figure out that you're an empath. So right now I'm giving you the cheat code. You are an empath, okay? So because you sent me a picture of a K-pop star and you were saying that, look, whenever I look at this K-pop person, I feel like crying when I look at the K-pop star. I look at them. And when you send it to me, I feel like I'm crying also. I feel like crying because why? When we look at a K-pop star, okay, I look at certain K-pop stars and I know that they're going through certain problems. Especially if you want to know why, just need to go and research a lot more about K-pop and K-pop like actors or singers, dancers, or even within the media industry in Korea, okay? It's not as glamorous as we think it is. You see, these people have to put away their self-identity so much, and a lot of them have to go through like plastic surgery. They have to basically the media, the entertainment industry in Korea is not as glamorous as what we think. See, everything there's two sides of the story. We just need to know. We need to find out the truth behind it before we can actually judge. So the actor that you sent me, I never follow K-pop. I never follow any of these dramas anymore. So when I look at that person, I know what you're trying to say. That guy, that guy feels like he's in a state whereby he's going through a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, and he's feeling very depressed at that stage. So that's why when you send me that, whenever you look at that person, because that guy is forgot his identity as his true identity of the person. You You see, just because he is trying to meet the demands of the media industry or the entertainment industry in Korea. So that's why it's making him very a person that is a lot. He's pursuing fame, however, he's giving up everything. He's giving up his own identity. He's even go through plastic surgery, and he's even go through a lot of stress, a lot of torture, because let's put it honestly, they are not getting enough sleep. Sometimes they are not even getting paid well for doing all this. You see, all they're getting is fame, and so this fame is just for a short while. See, so he is going through all that shit. I would say all that shit right now. You see, so you're picking up all these energies when you're looking at them. Okay, especially if you're looking at him act, or especially when you're telling me that you're watching his drama and it makes you feel even more like crying. I tell you don't even need to look at him act about something sad, that something that makes you feel sad. He doesn't even need to be crying. When you're just looking at that person, you will feel like crying, or when you're just standing beside him, you feel like crying, because that's how powerful empaths are. We can sense it straight from afar. Energies is infinite. You see, once you can even look at him on a magazine, or you can even look at him through. That's why you're feeling emotional even just by looking at his picture. You see, energy is infinite, and when you look at that person, he's emitting that energy at that point. So that's why until he's sort his shit out and he's starting to work on his own energies, that's where he is able to start to feel he's getting a lot more controlled, more calm, more peaceful. Okay, so how can you protect your energies and basically not let other people's energy affect your way of life? Okay, so another thing is, I promise that I'll be sharing certain tips, right? So the first thing is to make sure that you're not staring at the person's eyes. Why? Because the eyes emit a lot of energy. Okay, we receive and we emit a lot of energy as well. So that's why in healing, you notice that we always rub our palms, we do Reiki healing, energy healing, and when there's heat and there's aura that's being generated, there's this energy that's already being generated, right? We cover our eyes. That's why we activate our eyes to protect the energies, so that other people's energies don't affect us. Okay, so that's one of the ways. Okay, another way, whenever you're talking to people, or when you sense that person is very negative, or why is this person always complaining about life, always complaining about things, telling you sad things, emotional things, and you feel that you can't get out of that situation. So whenever you're here, you're listening to that person speak, and you feel, oh shit, I can't get out of this situation right now, so I don't want to be rude still. So what you can do is, don't breathe in too hard, don't inhale too hard. Okay, inhale just normally. Especially do not do abdominal inhalation. Just inhale through the nose normally as usual. Because when we inhale through the abdominal, right, that's where we pick up a lot of energies towards our energy center. So that's not gonna be good. Okay? So the best way to protect yourself is to exhale. Exhale, do fire breathing, exhale. So of course you don't do it so obviously, because that person will feel that, yeah, what's this guy trying to do? What's this guy or this girl trying to do? It's rude. It's weird also as well. So you just basically breathe out. Exhale with a little bit more force. However, don't produce that sound. Okay? Make it a little bit more subtle so that the person don't pick up what you're trying to do. Okay? Because when you're doing exhalation, right, you're pushing your energy field upwards. Okay? Every one of us has an aura or a layer of energy around us. So when we do exhalation, right, we're pushing our energy up. Okay? So this is the most convenient and most practical step that you should do whenever you are in an environment like that. You can't avoid that person. Okay? Close the eyes and pushing up by using fire breathing. Okay? And don't inhale too much. Okay? So that's the three steps that you should do. Also, one very important thing is that being an empath, right, you should embrace this energy. So strengthen mind, body and spirit. One of the ways to strengthen it is to do yoga. So yogas basically align your energies so that you strengthen the mind, the body and spirit. Okay, strengthening is one thing, so that whenever you feel other people's energy, you've got the capacity or the ability to push up all this negativity, and you know when to dissect what is good for you and what's not good for you. If Cruz get very excited when I speak, so okay, yeah, when oh, see, I think I should really invest in a mic, a good mic that is directional and not affected by all this environmental noise. So I will invest in a new mic this time. Okay, so yeah, make sure that whenever you're in, you sense this kind of energies around you, don't let it affect you, because when you're strengthen you already strengthen your mind, body and spirit, right? All these energies you can protect. Okay, you're being protected a lot more because you are more strong and you've got more capacity to push up. Okay, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention, don't wear so much black color whenever you're about to go into spaces that are of the unknown, or you know that there's a lot of people around you. Don't wear too much black color unless you're in a space that you know that the space is of positive nature, or they are more comfortable with, and people that are of more positive rate. Why? Because black absorbs. Because if you know about colors, right, black is a color whereby it absorbs fully because it has no other color pigments in it. If you go into Photoshop, you can see 0, 0, 0. Okay, if you wear white instead, because white is a color to reflect. You see, so basically when you're in white color, you're not absorbing anything. Okay, so when you know that about to go to crowded places, or you know that you're speaking to people, you're gonna be talking to people, or you're gonna mingle with people that you're unsure of, and the environment that you're unsure of, be sure to wear white color, or you can wear either other colors as well, but white would be the best because white is the most pristine color that reflects, because white is the opposite spectrum. Okay, so yeah, instead of also doing just yoga alone, also make sure when you're in your meditation, always protect yourself with the energy field, because you don't know, because you're an empath, right? You don't know what energies are gonna come into your space, you see. So make sure when you're in the meditation, right, always cast yourself as a protection shield. Always visualize yourself from the universe, absorbing the universe from the crown chakra all the way downwards instead of upwards. You see, it's not from, for us, we need to, when we cast protection shield, right, we need to focus on the crown chakra and slowly down to the third eye chakra, then down to the throat chakra, then down to heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, then down to the root. You see, this sequence, each focus on breathing on each chakra point, okay, absorbing all the white light from source, from the universe. So focus on exhalation, inhale and exhale. Inhale first, and make sure you inhale and visualize getting the white light flowing through each chakra point. Okay, then flush it down. Flush away and cleansing all those negativity that's within you. Okay, as well as casting a protective auric energy around you, a golden white light shield. Okay, so that's where you protect yourself. Okay, so with that, I think I end off my video for today. I hope I've answered all your questions. But of course, if you're connected with me on other social medias, you can always ask me all these questions. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Okay, Namo Dash.